our first cruise together brought us to Orlando, Florida for an 8-night adventure to the Eastern Caribbean on December 2022. We had an amazing time visiting Haiti, Puerto Rico, St. Maarten, US Virgin Islands, and the Bahamas. Our goal was to have a relaxing trip and also stay on budget. Let's sail together and explore the key highlights of this cruise. As our goal was to stay on budget, we did not spend a single dollar on non-inclusive dining. There were some misses on the quality of the food, but overall, the food was delicious and had a fair variety day to day. The most memorable aspect of the dining experience on this cruise was the outdoor dining option for the buffet, which was amazing, with the views and the fresh ocean breeze. For the majority of the cruise, we ate at the buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and ate at the main dining room for dinners. One of the highlights of the buffet was that each day had its change in cuisine from Tex-Mex day to Chinese day. The food was very flavorful and had a fair representation of the cuisine that was highlighted that day. It would have been nice if they matched the daily cuisines to the destinations we were sailing to. Some of the favorites included the seafood, especially the shrimp, the meats, and the cooked vegetables. There was a section of the buffet that stayed consistent every day, consisting of minute steak, mashed potatoes, and other standard American dishes. One of the weaknesses of the buffet was the desserts. The desserts were often quite bland, and you could taste the substitution of certain ingredients for cheaper alternatives, making it taste a bit off. And even at times made us question whether they were even labeled correctly, because it did not taste like what was listed. There were a small handful of desserts that were memorably delicious, but the majority were forgettable. The buffet was well stocked and seldom went empty. It was also clean but needed some extra attention with the dining tables and chairs. The variety and quality of fruit was also weak. There were often fruits that were quite dry. Like the buffet, the main dining room also alters its menu each day, but not based on different cuisines, and also keeps the standard everyday selections. The dishes were of equal quality of the buffet with, of course, better presentation. Some of the dishes that were served at the restaurant could also be found at the buffet the same night, so there were many nights where we went to the buffet after eating at the main dining room to try to see what we've passed on in the main dining room to see what it was. There were definitely some incredible dishes like steak and of course lobster tails, available only on cruises that are more than 7 nights long. The tight seating was at times uncomfortable with how close you were to others when it was full, so make sure you make your reservations. But the ambience and cleanliness gave it a more elegant dining experience over the buffet. The service in the room was amazing. The staff member responsible for cleaning our room was friendly, professional, and also respected our privacy and requests. The crew outside our room were also very friendly and would occasionally greet you as you passed them by. As our trip was during Christmas, they had a really nice Christmas theme throughout the ship and even had a tree lighting ceremony with carolers, which was very enjoyable. The dining service staff, waiters, receptionists, and greeters were all friendly and professional. Food always came promptly and the waiters strived for exceptional service. We went with My Time Dining, booking reservations every night ahead of time to ensure we had a spot. We were always guaranteed a spot by our time of arrival, which saved time from having to line up if you did not reserve, and if it was a full house. The table cleaning staff were also very friendly and would greet you as they worked to ensure a clean space at the buffet. There were live musicals that were performed twice a night, which was great because if you missed the earlier performance because of dinner or other activities, there was the same show later that same night. The performers themselves were talented, but the plot at times was confusing. Overall, the shows were decent, but do not expect anything outstanding. For an 8-night cruise, this ship had a fair share of entertainment to keep you occupied throughout. Some of our highlights included rock climbing, basketball, mini golf, and a pool table that stabilizes itself based on the waves, spacious public deck and stargazing, live music, bingo, and interactive trivia. We went to 2 of Royal Caribbean's islands, which we cover in other videos and blogs you can see here. We went on 2 excursions, which we cover here. GoPort is based out of Florida and is a company that provides travel packages for hotel, transportation, and parking for Port Canaveral-based sailings. We flew in from Canada and just needed a hotel and transportation from the hotel to the cruise ship and back. GoPort offered the best price and convenience we could find based on many options that we considered. The package we purchased was a hotel and transportation. We stayed at Avid Hotel, which met our needs and expectations. Shout out to their great included breakfast. The staff at GoPort were very friendly and they did an excellent job in providing instructions for where to meet. The bus transportation was comfortable and timely. Two negative critiques, however. They bumped our bus departure meetup time earlier. Though this did not cause significant issues for us, we were hoping to sleep in. And the second issue was how many stops we had to make before arriving at the ship. We were told it would be a maximum of 2 stops before the ship, but we made at least 5. We were skeptical of having a third party involved in booking this cruise. Why book on a different site when you could do it directly through Royal Caribbean? The pricing was almost always better on third-party sites. After much research, we found out that these agencies would purchase blocks of rooms from the cruise lines and then sell it to the customer at a discount. So we found that iCruise offered a great rate for this trip and the site was easy to navigate and felt secure, so it was a winner for us. We paid 839 Canadian dollars each for the cruise, not including excursions or anything extra. When you consider we probably ate more than half of that in food per person, $400 for transportation to go from dock to dock, room accommodation and ship amenities for 8 nights, equaling to about $50 per night. That price is hard to beat if you were doing flights and hotels, which would easily be 2 to 3 times more expensive. Yes, this is an older ship, almost 20 years old, but with everything considered, this was a great value for money and highly recommended.